Having won the Israeli League, could Robbie Keane ever manage the Republic of Ireland? Ryan Manning and cousin Will have a chance to be Premier League. Plus, we say farewell to Jurgen Klopp and our Manchester City, the greatest Premier League team of all time. All this and more coming up on Lansdowne Roar. David Dunn here, joined by Martin Prendergast. This is Lansdowne Roar, and as always, if you like what you hear, love what you see, hit that QR code, head over to our Facebook, Instagram, and our Twitter. Martin, hello. How are you? Anything to say about that wonderful intro there, especially the last bit that I didn't tell you in the rehearsal?
Rehearsal? Don't make out we rehearse this, shite. No, brilliant to be back on Lansdowne Roar live as well. So yeah, we do want to hear from the listeners and viewers, and
excuse me, the what? What do we call it, Martin?
Listeners and viewers.
No, we call it the Roar Faithful.
All right, yeah, sorry, apologies. Christ. Yeah, great to be back on, and I think we're quite refreshed a little bit from our break, even though it's the end of season. But I'm looking forward to the games coming up in less than 2 weeks' time. Am I right? Am I diarising of that? And end of the season. But look, international football will soon be upon us.
Yes, it's. We have a lot to talk about. We obviously the end of the season. The main topic that we want to discuss, of course, about Robbie Keane. Is he a pariah? Is he damaged goods? And also, we're going to talk about the Ireland squad, which is due to be announced on the 28th of May, which is next Tuesday. So a lot here to talk about. And we're going to segue into the Premier League for the last couple of minutes. And then, of course, as always, we want to hear from you. It hasn't changed. Have your say, leave a comment, and get involved. We are Irish football's most interactive podcast. But, of course, this is the last of the weekly lives, Martin, isn't it? And we won't be doing really any weekly lives for a while. Other than when we are on international duty, of course.
Yeah, we love doing it, and it's brilliant to have the interaction from the Raw Faithful, as you said. But yeah, look, end of season now. We'll have the international games to cover, and then we'll be following any hot topics. I'm sure that we will do lives to get the feedback from the Raw Faithful on those, and we will be looking forward to. Summer will soon be over, and like what was it? Game of Thrones? What was it? The phrasing? What was it? Winter is coming? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I never watched Game of Thrones.
You didn't watch Game of Thrones? I see.
No.
All right. Game of Thrones. Can't believe.
Barely have time to do this.
Why Game of Thrones in my mind actually is because I was just reading something before we came on air about Game of Thrones.
So pretending to be smart. Okay, right. Well, let's get into it. Of course, the main topic that we're going to be talking about is about Robbie Keane. Could Robbie ever manage Ireland again? Now, Robbie Keane has just won the Israeli Premier League and with Maccabi Tel Aviv. And yeah, if you ever thought that the SPFL is convoluted when he split, it's got nothing on the Israeli Premier League. It goes a bit mad. They split and then they go into a playoff to whoever wins it. Anyway, so they won it. There you go. Look at him there. Isn't he happy, Robbie? He won the Israeli Premier League. So he's done well. It's his debut season, Martin, with Maccabi Tel Aviv. Now, we obviously have a dearth of Irish managers at the moment, including your pal John O'Shea. But Robbie Keane, against all odds, seems to be doing okay, albeit it's the Israeli League. Could he ever come back to Ireland and manage, considering the political situation? We're not going to get too political but the whole Palestine-Israeli conflict and how that is viewed upon mostly in Ireland.
No, it wouldn't happen at the moment. I think what Robbie has to do is, establish a CV. Fair play to him. He's won that league over there, but I think he has to do a lot of PR, basically. He'll have to leave there. He'll have to come back into a European side and do very well, probably in a bit more high profile. So like Championship, Premier League, kind of establish that CV, start winning a few trophies, which is very difficult to do, let's be honest. And then we may forget. I think the Irish fan base very strongly politically minded, of course, given the history of our nation. And I think what will happen is he just has to kind of get over that some way, and so it kind of becomes forgotten, but not necessarily forgiven. And I think there will be an opportunity, in he will have a 20-year management career, I'd expect, and yeah, I think way down the line it could be something that is feasible. But you've got to remember, it's football. Nothing would surprise you. He would have to get a lot of political allies with the FAI or former teammates supporting his kind of claim to be the island manager.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking here on Twitter. Claudine Keane, his wife, coming out and vociferously and passionately defending her husband. And I think she deleted an earlier post, but she, just looking here, she has accidentally deleted earlier. Thank you to all for support. I'm so proud of Rob's achievements. It must have been a difficult year for everyone to win 2 trophies, top the European club record by getting to final 16, a championship qualification in his first year. So yeah, they're in the Champions League second qualification round playoff. That's what you get when you win the Israeli league. I mean, there's been a lot of abuse heading towards Robbie Keane. Somebody called Tottenham Tower on Twitter has turned around and said this. Crazy how much hate are thrown your way. We're all behind you, Claudine. And Claudine responds, thank you, keyboard. Thank you, keyboard warriors. They panic when you call them out. I learned a long time ago that fake profiles and insecure people are ones that bully on social media. It honestly does not bother me. I'm here in Ireland. My kids and I are allowed to appreciate my dad's achievements. Their dad's achievements. That's what she's... Anyway. I mean, I do understand it. Like, from her point of view, she is just defending her husband. She's defending, what any good partner would do, or whatever. I do agree with you, though, Martin. I think he could no way go from Maccabi Tel Aviv to Ireland, especially not now. Not now. Now, he did go over there before the whole thing happened in October with Hamas and all that. But, yeah. He was actually, he was, when it all kicked off over there, him and Roy Delap were evacuated. Roy Delap is his system, were evacuated to Greece.
Yeah.
And put in the panic room. It's all a bit mad there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Robbie Keane's, it's typical with Ireland. I mean, you have the Caps record holder and you have the goal scoring record holder of Ireland. Like, it should be a legend, but we had the whole thing, didn't we, with the payment, what was it, 200 grand or 250 grand a year payment that he decided to take and just kind of sit out and do nothing. And that sort of tarnishes that, in my eyes, hurt his reputation. And now he's done this. Like, he doesn't help himself, does he?
No, he's not helping himself. No, because the perception of him is he's a multimillionaire, and he is. And he got himself in there with Mick McCarthy as one of the coaches. Didn't seem to kind of endear himself to the football supporting fans, basically, because he didn't seem to do an awful lot. Then contractually, he wasn't kept on with Stephen Kenny, but he's still contractually getting a lot of money and taking money out of a skint association, in all honesty. It's a shame that his family and Claudine, who is, a very passionate supporter of Irish football herself, Robbie should be beyond reproach, really. Record player, his reputation. He should be our Beckham in a sense. He should be so high profile that, he should just be a legend and everyone in the country should love him. That's the way England feel about Beckham, to be fair.
Do they? Is that how you feel about Beckham, is it, Mark?
No, but they do. The England fans do feel that about Beckham.
You feel that about Beckham, yeah.
So Robbie should be well above that level, and I think it's just his choices. I think it comes across to some kind of quarters that it's just an arrogance a little bit that he's above Irish football. He's achieved more than anyone in Irish football in a sense. I think he kind of maybe believes the hype more. I mean, I think he's actually underrated, if anything, for what he's done in the Ireland shirt, and even Premier League wise. I think to score so many goals, he's in the 100 club, isn't he? And yeah. I urge anyone to watch the 100 club with Robbie Keane, because he scored some amazing goals. He's one of our best ever footballers, I think. But it's sad reputation. He's just doing himself damage. He's done it with the contract. okay, you could argue that he should have took the money. He was entitled to it, and he's taken advantage, or he's just doing right by himself and his family with the fast that the FAI has put in place. But then going over there, you've just got to read the room, haven't you, Robbie? And
Yeah,
that's
100%.
not going to be forgiven.
No, I do think though there will be a time and a place where if he continues having success and he leaves there and he goes on, I think it will be forgiven, not forgotten, but forgiven. What do you think out there, Aurora faithful, if you're watching? Do you think Robbie Keane should come back? Could ever come back to Ireland? Would you take him now? Considering the state of the managerial, I see the comments coming in. Do keep coming in. We will get to them. It's been a while, but we will get to them. Do you think that would you take him now? Considering there's literally nobody in frame to take the Ireland job. Tell us what you think. Let's talk about something a bit closer to heart. Martin, your cousin Will and Ryan Manning, they're in the playoff. When is that playoff final, by the way?
Next Sunday, 26th.
Next Sunday. They beat West Brom. What score was it? 3-1?
For 3-1.
And cousin Will got a belter as well. So Ryan Manning, they're in the playoff anyway. You're very proud, did you? Did you have a little family celebration?
Yeah, very proud of cousin Will. It was quite funny actually. I was getting messages and stuff from people saying, "Oh, Leeds are at Wembley and stuff." Got a few Leeds supporting mates, and and then I was saying, "Well, look, Will be there soon, and hopefully do the job." Yeah, really good. I mean, it's a shame for Bazunu missing out. I do have probably a bit of a close interest in Southampton, cousin Will and Manning there, a bit of an Irish contingent. It's shame we spoke on a previous podcast about how we still associate like West Brom with Irish players, and it's not necessarily the case now, even Burnley to some extent. Although Cullen did get a goal yesterday in the Premier League, Dave, which you'll be glad to see as he went back down to the Championship, which you predicted.
Too late, mate.
Yeah, but no, looking forward to that. I think it'll be a good game. Leeds are an absolutely huge club. They'll bring a lot to Wembley, obviously. I think it'll be a sellout, and it's massive game. But I'm hoping Southampton get the job done. I think they're a very well run club, and yeah, it'd be good to see Will in the Premier League.
Oh,
and
very
we've got more Irish interest there than at Leeds.
Yeah, we have no Irish interest at Leeds, do we? Yeah. Tony Giles, Robbie Keane. No, fair enough. Looking forward to that. Should we? Obviously, we'll get to a little bit of cross-channel football in a minute. And also we have Jake O'Brien, Jake O'Brien, not Jacob Bryan. Leon, who had a terrible start to the season, they've actually qualified for the Europa. They finished 6th in their league. And yeah, there they are. Leon has done really well. There he is. Jacob Bryan, their second joint goal scorer, I think, with 4 goals. He's had a terrific season. Now, we're going to get onto the squad in a second, but that lad, I mean, apparently I've heard that Juventus were interested. Now, of course, they've sacked their manager, Lergy, because he's a nutcase. Did you hear about him, did you? He went up to the president of one of the newspaper places over there, and he threatened to like rip his ears off and headbutt him or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, De Zerbi's going there, isn't he? You think?
I don't know. Like, this is it now. The managerial merry-go-round goes on now. So, this is where people become available. I mean, De Zerbi leaving. I think that's an interesting kind of angle for that. Is how does it leave Evan at Brighton? He wasn't in favour at the end. To be honest, he was injured as well. We knew that, and he's had a struggling season in the sense that I think he's been managing that injury. But De Zerbi, I think it was a little bit concerning to me when he was saying, with the attitude and things like that, because it wasn't what I expected. But you got to remember, he's a young lad, and he's going the right way. Yeah,
but he set fire to De Zerbi, didn't he? He started fighting with the club. He started fighting with everybody. And then just walked out of there. So I do feel a little bit for Evan Ferguson. Now, maybe he's a young guy. He's 19, and he's on. He got 6 goals. I think he was he's one of the top under 20 goal scorers in Europe, like league goal scorers. He had a good season, but it did fall away a little bit. I think he's 20 plus games without a goal. But very interesting. Speaking of fallen stars, a bit, Aaron Conley not retained by Hull City. We did comment on it. Now, I put it up on the Facebook page, Martin. So I'm just going to get some comments from you here. Bear with me. So, Aaron, No, not going to swear. Not going to swear. Aaron Connolly has not been retained by Hull City. What next for the lad? And 112 comments. Right. Surely a League of Ireland club will come for him. Oh, my favourite of everything I read on the internet, putting not in capital letters to ensure we don't misunderstand. Why do people always do this? That's from Eamon Mooney. Thanks, Eamon. I don't know. The Daily Mail do it. That's what Martin tells me anyway. Going to the bottom of the ladder, says Michael Kelly, big time opportunities getting less and less. Bad news, he had hit nice form early and managed to seem to be getting the best from him. It's a strange one. He has massive potential. It's got a few laughs. He should find something he's good at. Love Island was another one. He let himself down and needs to change his attitude. Bose might take him and so forth. So it seems to be very negative towards Aaron Connolly. But to be fair to the lad, Hull City is a basket case. They sacked. I was watching a thing on there on YouTube. Hull. I mean, they're owned by. They have a Turkish owner. What's his name?
Oh, finger on the pulse.
It's Turkish lad. Sorry, I'm trying to. It's like, well, they're owned by Akun Media, so there you go. They are run by. Oh, I don't bloody well know. Well, anyway, they have a Raw Faithful. Do your work. You're out there.
It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Hold on.
Yeah,
that's what we've heard. So
it is a bit of a mess, and they sacked Leroy Rosner, and then Rosiner. Sorry. I'm out. Some things never change, Martin, do they? And basically, yeah, they sacked him. They finished 7th, just outside the playoffs. I mean, he took him over, and they were very close to relegation. Gave him a whole squad of players, including Aaron Connolly, and changed the style. Now, his reason to sack Rosiner was that he wants a beautiful style of football, where Rosiner wanted to play a more defensive style, a more possession-based style, a bit like Man United under Van Gaal. And basically, yeah. So I mean, maybe not be too hard on Aaron Connolly. Was there a rumor going around as well that Crawley, who are now currently League One, are after him?
Yeah, like I guess he's contractually just been released, has he? So he's going to be an attractive proposition. He's a young guy, isn't he? And you're basically paying him a signing on fee and then 1-year contract with an option for renewal and certain games and things like that. That's what I would do if I was going to be signing him for a club. I can't see him going back to the League of Ireland yet. I think he's better than that. But, the proof will be in the pudding. He's got to knuckle down and start playing. And, you can only get so many excuses. It can't just be the club's wrong all the time. After a while, you have to start looking at yourself and think, I'm responsible for this. So,
here's the name.
The penny might drop soon. A little bit like Stephen Ireland, a little bit, isn't it? I think.
Except Stephen Ireland actually was far more talented. To be fair, Ali Akun Ilkali, he is the owner of Hull City. Come on, Martin. Bit of credit there. No. To be fair, like Hull City are a complete basket case at the moment, and I wouldn't be too harsh. But yeah, I think he's a championship player. He does seem to have something to offer, but I don't know. He got his head down at first, and then apparently the senior sort of fell out with him a little bit, so that would be a bit worrying. But I mean, I think he is in the last chance saloon. He got 8 goals, didn't he, in the championship last season? So it's very interesting that they would actually look to let go of him. But anyway,
but even like you think back to his career with Ireland, like he was in the senior squad, then he went down into the under 21s, and everyone was questioning his attitude. Would he adapt to that, and would you see that as a slight? He went back in there, but I mean, Stephen Kenny did kind of persevere with him and give him chances. But I just think he's a bit of an aloof kind of character. I think off the pitch, obvious distractions. You see that on. All right, we're judging it on social media, but anyone who writes anything about him on socials and Twitter or X or whatever it is, you can see the fans of those clubs saying, well, he's out and about all the time, or he's this. And he's been quite engaging, hasn't he, on Twitter, where he said, oh, that's rubbish, don't read that. But, he's not tearing up on the pitch to kind of refute that. So, he has just got to knuckle down now, because otherwise he'll just fade away. That's it, without doubt.
100%. Moving on. Will he be in the Ireland squad, which is announced next Tuesday, the 28th? John O'Shea is still the manager. We're getting a lot of use out of that picture, actually, aren't we? He is still the Ireland manager on an interim basis, and the squad will be selected and will be announced next Tuesday. And I mean, still no word on the managerial situation. Mark Lawrence has said that we should give David Moyes a call. I don't know why. 61-year-old David Moyes, I don't think he'd be chopping at the bit to manage Ireland. But yeah, I don't see the point in June friendlies, whatever about qualifiers. I just, it's just fodder, isn't it, for teams going to the Euros and, and we're going on a hollybops.
Yeah, the Moyes one is an interesting one. Without doubt, the caliber's there to be a national manager, but he's 61. Yeah. He's not going to take it yet. You wouldn't think he's too young for it. I think he's probably got more ambitions with club football, and has got a trophy on his CV now after West Ham, of course. Close links with UEFA, though. I think I've said that on a previous show as well, because he's well respected, and these guys, they leave these jobs and they kind of just have a bit of a year sabbatical where they're going around doing the kind of the coaching thing with UEFA, doing presentations and.
Well, he's with TalkSport
and things like that. Yeah, they do all that. They jump into all that media thing. He gives them a break.
TalkSport, yeah.
Yeah, it gives them a break from the kind of cut and thrust of management day to day, and then they get the taste for it, or they still have the profile from the media or whatever else they're doing with UEFA, and that's what comes of it. So, I think he'll be in club football by the end of the year. He'll be back in as a manager somewhere, because someone will be sacked in the Premier League, and he'll be able to go back in then. I don't think it's a viable option for us financially, sadly. But yeah, look, the speculation will be there, and it's easy to just put a soundbite out, isn't it? Saying, "Oh, we should chat to Moyes." I mean, Klopp's available as well. Why don't we not have a chat with him? No, but that's exactly it. Though,
I know what you mean. Yeah. I'd like to see Brandon Rodgers have. No, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, the squad will be announced next week on the 28th, and we will have a podcast for you, Martin. Will we be live next Tuesday?
Yeah, we probably will, won't we?
Will we be? Hold on, let me just see. I think I can't
believe you're checking your dot. Well, check your what was it? Grindr you're checking? Tinder, Grindr. What is it? I don't know what it's.
I deleted those. I deleted that. Yeah, Tuesday we could do live, Martin, if you wish. I am actually off. Just
right. If we have the squad, we're on it, and
we're on it. Yeah,
we can chat and get your feedback and who you think should be in it, or review. John O'Shea, interim manager, my mate.
Yes, your
trust
mate.
The process. Trust John.
I'm still waiting for the process to trust. What are you saying? Cousin Will off to Wembley. Good stuff. I'm saying waiting for the process. That's if you're listening to the audio version of this, you're yet again you're shit out of luck. We change it every now and again. You change yours every day, don't you, Martin? You change
it for every episode, yeah.
For every it's this little ritual that you had. Right. Well, so we will be live next week for a reaction episode for the squad. This is going to be good. This is going to be great crack, but we look forward to that. Right, Mark, should we move it on to a little bit of cross-channel football, and then we're going to head into the comments?
Yep.
Right, let's do it. Of course, we're going to start with the big story of the weekend, and yes, that was Jurgen Klopp's farewell. What?
Nothing.
Yes.
The weekend, the Premier League season.
That's the big story of the weekend.
Man City, with all their 115 charges, have created history, and they've won 4 in a row, which has never been done.
All right. Well, here was Pep Guardiola with a 6. Yeah. Although I think here's more of an accurate one here.
Oh yeah, very good.
115. I did not do that one, by the way. So if I was going to sue me, don't sue me, please. I have a rabbit. I actually do have a rabbit. Do you know? I put this picture up on Facebook today on the Twitter page. I was watching the Pat Shelbourne's game, which actually finished 2-0 to Shelbourne. Last minute winner for Shelbourne. Some things never change. And yeah, here I am. Here I was actually watching it on Virgin. Look at that. Yeah. I had people giving out about my toes. People actually zoomed in. Yeah, and my toenails, and some people were revolted by my feet. There's Eileen. Look at her there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't impressed either. But there we go. I was actually watching that there today. Nice. Were you watching the game today, Martin?
No, I was playing tennis actually. Oh, may be a surprise. No, I was at cricket, watching my son play cricket, training, but and then ended up playing tennis.
Well, you certainly
very weird. Yeah.
Well, you certainly aren't this fella here. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, bugger. I thought I had it ready. You know, I spent ages actually trying to get this ready. So you're playing tennis, right? That's the most English thing I think I've ever.
I ended up playing tennis. Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up
First
playing
time
tennis.
I played
Are
tennis
you?
in years.
We used to do that on the road actually when Wimbledon would come around. I hate tennis, but we play tennis
That's
on the
what
road.
it was, though, wasn't it? Yeah, you'd end up going out when that was on.
Well, you're certainly not this fella.
Do you care how he plays for England in the Euros this summer? I'm not an England fan. I'm Irish. Goodbye.
There
you go. You're not as Irish as him, Martin. That's for sure.
No, Gallagher there. Very good. I thought that was quite fun, wasn't it?
A lot of people were giving out because they were like, "Oh yeah, we had a uni jacket." Yeah, it was the whole Britpop thing.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't judge me with that. No, they've always had strong links, haven't they, to Ireland and stuff.
The mother's from Mother Peggy's from Mayo,
yeah.
and the father, I believe, was from Meath. I don't know. He was a strange dad, and Liam used to play Ga when he was over for his holidays. You know, they were asked. They offered to write the World Cup song for 2002. Genuinely, yeah. Aslan got it instead, probably because I think they wanted like 200 grand for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, right. Yeah. So, Man City, greatest team of all time, Martin. Yeah.
No, I mean this is with the Premier League. Like, look, we've had how many years have we've had it now? 30 years, 31 years,
32,
93. Yeah, 32 years of it. And I always judge the greatest teams and things. You have different teams, and different eras and stuff. Like you got to respect them. It's different. It's a different game now as well. So you have to respect that. But even all time, 11s, ridiculous sometimes that you have a player who, wins 3 Premier Leagues in that particular era is better than someone who won 5 or 6.
You've been saying all bloody week about Klopp. I turned around and said that Klopp. There he is. There, beautiful.
1-1,
happy, shiny.
Like what? Him and
exactly against that Man City team.
Play.
You're like, oh, and United fans going,
well, the Arsene Wenger. Wenger, what did he win? What did Wenger win? 2 or 3?
3. No, 2.
2 or 3 in the era when Man United dominated.
3
happens. Everton won them in the 80s when Liverpool dominated. They won an odd league and stuff. So, fair play. Klopp match Ranieri. Well done. Fair play. He won 1.
You are such a bitter bastard. You and Bill.
That's it.
And Bill, if you're watching an Irish football blog, you're a bitter bastard. You're both bitter bastards. Red Devils.
But I'm just glad that it wasn't about Klopp and he had to do 2 little laps or whatever he did of his little. It was fucking embarrassing jumpers and t-shirts. It was, for fuck's sake. It was embarrassing.
What are you going to have a 10 Hags going away? The FA Cup, isn't it?
Probably will be the FA Cup, but he won't. He's not going anywhere yet, is he? But no, I'm just like, it is completely over the top. But fair play, because no, I understand for Liverpool fans that he got the club back where they needed to be.
Yeah.
But he only did it for 8 seasons. Fergie got Man United where they needed to be, and he was there for how many years? So
different setup, different type of manager. He had a world-class coaching staff underneath him, Martin.
He just originally though, and you
know, for the first couple,
Fergie going back into Europe after the ban. It's actually the anniversary, I think, today, isn't it? From '92, the Barcelona side winning the European Cup.
No, it's about 4 or 5 days, a few days ago.
Right. I mean, but still, that team, United beat them in '91, and then '92 they won European Cup. So that's how strong European football was then. So United. Fergie really did do a fantastic job, as we know. It's not rocket science saying that.
God, you have to go back to Fergie, don't you? You can't let Klopp have his moment.
I can't have Klopp. I can't have it's one of the greatest ever, and he's in the top 5.
Seven Premier League titles out of the last 7. Right, Pep's won 6. Right, there he is. He's even done his 6th.
Look at,
and Klopp has managed to. It's the only one that's come close to take one off.
What's the lowest position Fergie finished in the Premier League? Third. Yeah, Klopp. What's the lowest?
Yeah, but Liverpool
had these 8 seasons.
Liverpool also did it right on a shoestring budget compared to the rest of the teams. They've all even United spent £1 billion since he's arrived.
That's a net spend. Not
really when it comes to financial.
Because he tried to make out. He tried to make out that he spent no money, and yet they broke the record for the defender and the goalkeeper.
How the money generated? Out of money generated.
Nonsense.
How much did you spend on Harry Maguire?
I'm not saying that Man United haven't wasted money.
How much did you spend money on Harry Maguire,
written
man?
history
80
there.
million. 80 million Harry Maguire, yeah?
He's rewritten history there with, we don't spend the money. Like,
But they haven't. Hold on.
You know.
So on one hand, you're complaining about FFP, right? You're going on about the You're going on about the 115 charges. And then another hand, you're dismissing them. Make up your mind.
When Liverpool sold the players for massive money, they
Coutinho
weren't
for
challenging too much, were they? Though, like they weren't. Like it wasn't like
They were.
But they sold that one of their best players and
Coutinho.
Yeah, right, and then they reinvested because they were still building then. Like I think he done very well with that. But United, we've been ripped off over buying players for years. Look at Sanchez deal and things like that. We've wasted so much money on people. I'm not denying that.
I follow you. Shit.
It's always difficult when you're Man United to buy someone and get them for value because they know you've got money. And the reinvestment and the structure of the club, of course, as well. But no, I think
2018. He went over in 2018.
Over the top.
It's not a bit over the top. He's put Liverpool back on the perch, and I think he's left it. He has left Liverpool in a better state than Ferguson left United. Agreed or not?
I think Fergie overachieved towards the end, considering the Glazers were in there and were
considering how shit
out of the.
Or how shit
Fergie won the league. Fergie's last league. You look at the team that won the league. He still got them across the line, and they won it. And it was
Fergie never went up against an opponent as formidable as that Man City team. Not in a million years. What, Blackburn? Really? Okay, Arsenal a couple of times.
Arsenal's invincibles. People go on about them, man. We.
Oh yeah.
Arsenal's invincibles, which I've gone on about that myth as well.
They have.
Good to see Alonso's team do it the other day, wasn't it?
Entire season.
They did it properly.
How did he do it properly? He did the same thing.
Didn't lose as many games as Arsenal.
Jesus Christ. They're also they're in the Europa League final in Dublin in Lansdowne Road on Wednesday. Probably should have spoken about that, but I don't want to talk about that because I'm quite bitter. They stole Atalanta stole. I hope Leverkusen leathered them out of it. No, I think your argument is bitter. I think it's nonsense. Because that City team, people go up like Ferguson. Absolutely, he went up against some real piss a couple of years. He never.
We went up against City, and we still won it back off City when they won their first one. We still, with all their millions and the money they invested, and
not
the way
against
they were
Pep.
Go, I thought they
you never end up against
not
Pep.
Against Pep, but
no.
Mancini won it, and then we got it back.
Pep has 39 major trophies. Fergie or something. Not 39. He's in his 30s with his trophies. Ferguson has 49 major trophies with 2 clubs. Pep Guardiola has about 30 years on Alex Ferguson. So this guy's a generational manager, right? He's had cheat codes basically for it, and essentially, Klopp had to deal with that, and he's done brilliantly with it. Could have won 2 titles, literally lost them by a point. Got more points. What was the 97 points? More points totals than any Man United team got, including the ones where you had 22 teams in it as well. No, I'm sorry. I think, and I have to laugh.
We won Man United once, the year that we weren't allowed to defend the FA Cup because the government decided we couldn't do that. And then all of a sudden, Man United devalued it. Man United went to they went off to the World Club Championship, didn't they? No, but they went off to that, and they won the league when they were there, even though they didn't play because they come back. There's so many games.
Yeah, the challenges were Leeds. Leeds were the challenges. They were terrible.
No, it was Arsenal.
Yeah, well, Leeds were on top of the league at that time under David Leary. Yeah, I mean, but you never went up against anybody as formidable. Arsenal never did anything in the league, or never did anything in the Champions League. And that team went there, won everything.
That's what you did.
Klopp won everything bar the Europa League, and he even got to the final of that. No, I'm sorry, you're just bitter. You're all bitter. Everyone is. Oh, look at Klopp. Like, what has Ten Hag done? Nothing. What did United do in that time? Nothing. Yeah,
it's been there for years. And look at the structure of Man United. It's a complete mess. I'm just saying, but
exactly. Anyway, I'm bored.
We must congratulate Celtic as well on winning the league, and their women won the league as well. By the way, I just wanted to kind of get that out there before you start rambling about other teams.
Let me tell you, I do not rant about other teams. Anyway, we're going to get to the comments. We got them coming in there, so not too many. I think we were sort of, this is a bit of a spur of the moment on this one tonight, wasn't it? We sort of pounced it on you, seeing how much you love us. We will be back. When will we be back? We're going to be back Wednesday. We're going to have another pod for you on Wednesday. And Friday, Martin?
Yeah, I'm not
Friday?
sure. Oh wait, we have to see. No,
Yeah?
not Friday. No, not Friday.
Well, there you go. Thanks for
There you
telling
go.
us,
Sorry.
Martin. Live on the air.
No,
just
football.
embarrassed.
Sorry, football tour. Off on a football tour. It's a bank holiday weekend in the UK, and
Oh,
football tour.
Martin goes to his usual opening of an envelope. Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
let's get into it. Stephen Ring, how you doing, Stephen? Long time no hear. Evening, lads. Never say never down the line. It's about Robbie Keane. With the FEI in charge, they could appoint anyone, but there will definitely be a section of Ireland fans who won't welcome him. I said it right now. Not a chance. And Stephen comments, whatever about Robbie managing there, there's absolutely no need for people online to go after Claudine. Yeah, it seems like doing that with Claudine, don't they? They like to have a pop at her. Bless her. And, she's come out. She's defended her man. You've got to, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's what you do. You'd defend me, Martin, wouldn't you, if I was getting attacked?
Yeah, you're my man.
I am your man. Why weren't you defending my feet earlier on then?
Oh, I didn't see that.
No. Would you like to
Some
see
things are not defensible either.
Yeah, they are pretty bad feet, to be fair. Barry Murray, how you doing, Barry? It's a bit embarrassing, this management situation. April, now May. What's going on? Surely David Moyes would be worth approaching. We did speak about that. I mean, yeah, we can ask him and he can tell us to fuck off. It isn't going to happen, Barry. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Martin, is it?
No.
Yeah, give Jurgen a bell, as he said earlier. No. I mean, you'd probably still moan about that, wouldn't you? No, you'd be all over Jurgen then, wouldn't you? Jurgen, do you remember me, Jurgen? You'd be stalking him on social
Poor
media.
man's John O'Shea.
Yeah, really poor man's John O'Shea, yeah. Saoirse Morrissey, how you doing, Saoirse? Saoirse actually commented on Twitter about my rabbit. Didn't think Eileen was real. Well, she is, and she's probably still eating up my sitting room. She says, considering what is happening in Gaza, it's way too hot for Keane to be the manager of Ireland. I also don't think he would want to be Irish manager. Yeah, I think that's very true there, Saoirse. I think with everything going on right now, it is too hot. It's still going on. I actually saw there that they want a warrant for the arrest of Netanyahu, who's the PM of Israel. So this thing is only getting started. And the Iranian president was killed in a plane crash, Martin. Did you know this?
I did. I've seen that. Yeah. Very sad.
Yeah. So it's all very, very hot politically. So no, it won't be now. And I think that's an excellent point as well, Saoirse, about the FEI. There's still probably a bit of bad blood there as well. And that'll take time also. But listen, if Robbie Keane goes off and becomes a top manager, I think people will take him back, but I'll take a while.
Well, then they'll be clamoring the media for him. Then there'll be support, because he'll have the credentials behind him, the credibility's there. So you can say, well, it's absurd that we're not going for him. And surely then the question is he going to be forgiven for what he did? And because there'll be that perception of him. So that's what he's got to go and do now. But yeah, it's a bit of a sad one, really, for him. And again, he should be beyond reproach for me.
Yeah, but he hasn't helped himself, though, is he?
No, he's not. No.
It's all self-inflicted, Martin. Like, it's all self-inflicted.
Yeah.
I mean, are you that desperate to manage? Like, really? And the 250 grand, are you that desperate for a few extra quid? Like, ridiculous. Anyway, blue and gold. Robbie Keane, no. He's in a shit league. He will be the same as Stephen Genny. Stephen Genny, who lost tonight with a last-minute winner against Shelburne at home to Pats. As I said earlier on, some things just never change. Well, at the moment, yeah. But if he has the chops, and he cuts it in the championship, let's say, then, who's to say? Nuri Nurik, how you doing, Nuri Nurik? So this is the last live pod of the season. Well, actually, we say that, but we're actually doing one next Tuesday. So it's one of those, like, that's it now. That's the end of the football season. It's done. But we do have a game, next week. Oh, we have the Euros as well. Speaking of which, actually, Nuri Nurik, we will be covering the Euros, won't we, Martin?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we've got to have a chat about that because we're not there. So we thought we'd embrace it because, that's it. And we will have interest because obviously we're going to be facing some of the teams who are going to be competing in it. So in future, so it's worth us having a look at them and seeing what's going on. And maybe potential managers could be on show there.
Yeah, Willie Sagnol.
Yeah. I did see. I just know you mentioned there tonight, like already. I just seen on Twitter there because obviously you said about St. Pat's losing to Shelburne and stuff. But nice little clip there on Virgin Media of two legends of Irish football, Brian Kerr and Damien Duff, having a little hug before the game. I don't know if the kind of sentiments between Kerr and Kenny would be as warm, but
I know he did.
Interesting.
He did say he wouldn't have a cup of tea with him, didn't he? And he turned around to Philip Quinn. Philip Quinn, friend of the pod.
Yeah,
I do like Philip.
yeah.
And he said to him, "Well, you're his press spokesperson, weren't you, for the last 4 years?"
Very spiky that.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Like I think you know, the League of Ireland. I will be honest, we don't follow it massive. But I think it's brought me interest into it. Stephen Kenny being back in there, and I think his press conferences sometimes were a disaster, to be honest. But I like it. It's a little bit spiky now because he's going to be setting a few scores now, and it'd be interesting what he comes out with and how that's kind of covered by the press.
All joking aside, he is a great appointment for the League of Ireland. It's going to take time. That Pat's team, like he's trying to play football the right way, and he was struggling a bit. Like it's a brand new system. He went straight into work. He's not even there a week. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to take time. But yeah, no, I love it. A great addition to the league. Sold out in Richmond Park as well, which was superb to see. My old stomping ground. I am from around that area, Martin. Just to say, but it was wonderful to see League of Ireland alive and cooking. May it continue. Sorcha again. The owner of Hull actually owned Shelburne. Last season, the shareholders actually bought him out, so Duff wouldn't leave. I heard a bit about that. Yes, that's right. He's a bit of a character. Duff as well, to be fair. But yeah, Duff done a fantastic job there at Shelburne. Absolutely amazing job. Pam Lawler, how you doing, Pam? Since the FAI manager funds are limited, should they own hand go the own hand route if getting a national team coach who could also coach the club if club would allow it? You really only need someone for the international window. Well, to be fair, Pam, I understand what you're saying. Because I mean, when Jack took over, it was a part-time job. I mean, Owen Hanna was doing double duty. Liam Toohey before that, Johnny Giles, Shamrock Rovers, wasn't he as well? I think now though there's a lot more involved, isn't there, Martin? Then it's not just part-time. It has worked in the past. But I don't think. I mean, Mark Hughes did it, didn't he? He was he's probably the most recent one. He was Blackburn and Wales back about 20 years ago.
Yeah, a little bit of time with that. Michael O'Neill, I think, a little bit kind of crossover, wasn't it? I think Northern Ireland, maybe.
Stoke.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work. And I think, with the pathway, as they're saying,
yeah.
God, I nearly forgot his name there, Mark Canham. It's gone so quiet, hasn't it? It's yeah.
He's very quiet now all of a sudden, isn't he?
Yeah. He's probably on holiday.
Why?
I don't know if he's getting paid for the holiday, but anyway, we'll see. It doesn't matter, does it? They kind of get paid or they don't. We don't know.
Yeah.
We won't upset them.
No, not to get my media pass for Portugal. then we can have a go, and then we'll try and make it up to them. Hopefully we'll be up in there actually. But no, thank you for your question, Pam. But no, I know what you mean. Like you only just need somebody for the international window, but I don't think that's what the FAI want. They want somebody who's gonna basically, be based in Ireland, is gonna oversee everything a bit. Best of luck with that. Tony DCFC, he is a Celtic fan. He says, "Fuck off, Keane." Tell us what you really think. And then he says, "Oh, a bit political, but we'll allow it." Tony DCFC also says, "Fuck off, Keane, and free Palestine." What you want, Keane to free Palestine? Okay, yeah, there you go. Richard Joyce, Willie Sagnon is the only way forward. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Georgia, see how they do in the Euros. We'll be manager watching, won't we, Martin? Because let's be honest, they're probably going to wait for him. Because he knows he won't get into the World Cup. Because the World Cup's a bit more tricky. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Euros, actually. Shane Martin, in fairness, Phil Quinn wrote about the Israeli leagues, UEFA coefficient being higher than the Croatian and Czech league, not far off the Scottish league, some achievement on a purely football basis. That's the problem, though, Shane, isn't it? It won't be judged just on football, will it? It's a political situation. And I understand. I don't want to diminish any feeling on that, because I know it's a very hot topic at the moment, wherever you go. But yeah, like football aside, I think it's a very good achievement. And they're very unlucky not to get past the last 16 as well, Martin, weren't they? I think they had a ridiculous lead, and it was a ridiculous tie, wasn't it? They were like 3-0 up and lost 4-3 or something.
Yeah, they're doing very well, but yeah, I haven't watched enough of it because I kind of don't really want to be acknowledging it really. He's over there and be interested in it.
No, we don't follow the Israeli league.
Yeah.
Richard Joyce really would be a disaster to give the Ireland job to O'Shea. Hasn't got a clue what he's at. 2 games, no goals. Kenny rubbed off him well. Willie Sagnall for me. Oh, okay. Martin, Richard's having a pop at your mate. Hold on. Where's the photograph? Where is it? Hold on. Screensaver, wank bank. There you go.
There you are. That's it. That is a dream team of Irish football management. Yeah, look, I've said it before. You can't judge John O'Shea on his involvement with Stephen Kenny's Ireland. My personal view. I didn't think he'd done too bad in the 2 games. You know, I don't know what Kerr really did, but he came in and he kind of said himself, didn't he, that the squad, a lot of very safe kind of changes with, you know, his, you know, little things around to keep the lads motivated and interested in the long camp that it was. And it didn't really matter the first game, did it? And you know, Belgium didn't put up much for opposition, but you know, we are short of a midfield, and we know that. We know where the problems are in Irish football. John O'Shea's not going to fix them, and the manager, whoever it is, isn't going to fix them immediately. So we just need to give them more time.
Look, I mean, in all fairness, though, as well, Richard, I would say, I know I love winding Martin up, but you can't judge him on that. That's not his squad. He picked a safe squad. You know, that he just picked a very maintenance squad. Here you go, keeping it warm for the next manager, because he probably thought the next manager would be in by now, like we all did, stupidly. And then, of course, the next squad is going to be maintenance squad because he's expecting the next manager to be announced in September. So it's unfortunate. It's stagnation for us as well. But you can't really judge him until he's given that job. He's just keeping that job warm for the next manager. Shane Martin, not his biggest fan, but if any other Irish manager at any other time won a league abroad, we'd be crying out for him. Yeah, yet again, it's just not going to be about football. I imagine you're talking about Robbie Keane there, Shane. Irish Football Blog, there he is. Give him a follow on Twitter. A bit saucy.
Mayo. Mayo. I think it's Mayo, is it?
Is that Mayo? Yeah. Go on, the Mayo. Nuri Norwick. These Liverpool Man United squabbles are tiresome, lads. That's charming, isn't it?
Well, it is, but I'm sure Nuri Norwick recently did say that not Man United fans would be happy to see Klopp going. Was it or something like that? It was a phrase on one of our shows, something like that. But would be happy to see him going. Yeah, I'm not really bothered. I think he didn't really matter to me that he was there. They weren't competitive towards the end.
Arnie Slot.
You see the announcement? Oh,
I didn't. I actually genuinely didn't.
Cringe. That's going to come back though as well. I mean, I know. I take the point. Like the squabbles are tiresome. Liverpool, Man United. Like it's a bit of crack between us. But you know that's when the chosen one, wasn't it, Moyes, and they had a picture up United, and because Fergie had endorsed his appointment. That's going to come back, isn't it? Arnie Slot. It's always tough taking on.
What are you talking about?
Top manager. When Man United said the chosen one, which was Moyes coming in after Ferguson, and it came back to bite them because he failed then. And they were saying, well, Fergie endorsed it, and it looks ridiculous now. And then Klopp shouting Arnie Slot to.
Oh, you mean that? Okay, sorry. Yeah,
that's going to come back and bite them.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's trying to get the fans. He's trying to get the fans behind him, isn't he? I mean, yeah, you never mention that too much, do you, Fergie? He predicted that Aston Villa were going to hit the Champions League by saying he was impressed by them in one game over the weekend, and you've taken that and ran with that one, Martin. I tell you that I've never seen run so fucking fast in my entire life. But yeah, he also did tip David Moyes, didn't he? I thought you meant there was some cheesy, because it was only finalised today. It was only rubber stamp today. He'll take over on the 1st of June. Arnie Slot, that is official. And yes, we'll stop having the squabbles when Martin just admits that Jurgen Klopp is a Premier League legend. But anyway, Stephen Ring, will you be attending the Chris Cup again this year? Martin, will you be attending it?
I am planning to come to the dinner in Dublin that night. Not the cup. I won't be in early for that, but I will probably see it.
No running or physical exercise for Martin. No football, just food.
I was playing tennis tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
You weren't, were you? Probably just umpiring for your kids or something.
No, I wasn't. I actually couldn't believe I did that, to be fair. But anyway. And you are still saying the next one. I'm just going to go on to the next comment because you're saying the right name wrong. Sorka.
Sorry, not Sorsha. I don't know. I think that's Sorsha.
Sorka.
I'm going to have a row with somebody about how they pronounce their own name.
Their own name, yeah.
Sorry.
Listen, you struggle with Ogbene. So
I struggle with what day it is, Martin. Never mind.
Exactly.
I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I really don't. I really don't. I wake up in the morning and go, I was like, what? I was actually woken up this morning. They were trying to get me back into work. It was my day off today, and they were trying to get me back into work because a colleague of mine was taken to hospital, and I hope he's okay. Well, he is okay. Actually, he was released, so I'll see him tomorrow. Where are we going? Irish Jedi. How you doing, Irish Jedi? David Wagner was let go by Norwich. How long before he appears in the running? Oh, we'll put him in right now, will we? Martin, put a $5 on him. There you go. He'll shoot up to 4th favourite. Yeah, I mean, Jesus, that happened when we recorded the cross-channel football, the last one that we did, and literally we put it in the can, and yeah, we were talking about that game, and he got fired. I thought, bloody hell! Every time, Martin, isn't it? Every time we record something, yeah. Apparently, more squabbles with the board. David Wagner, good manager. Yet again, we ain't gonna be able to afford him. Stephen Ring asks, who are you tipping to win the Euros?
Who are you going for? I'm going England.
Is that your heart ruining your head, Martin? Is it?
No, it's just I think it's on the back of
England or France, but I'm gonna say France.
I'm going to go England. I just think on the back of Harry Kane kind of perception that he's failed at Bayern. I think as well, you got Foden, I think was incredible this season. And
he's a superb player, isn't he?
Yeah, and they've just got so much kind of power in their forward line. I think defensively, I mean, they've still got reservations about the goalkeeper.
It's Southgate, though, isn't it? He's just he's not good enough.
But yeah, and I think but I think you could. It's tournament football, isn't it?
He's not good enough.
It's going to happen soon enough, sadly.
If you had a top manager in charge of that England team, they'd win it because that is a phenomenal side. Yeah. Bellingham, Foden, Harry Kane. Although he is out with a back injury at the moment. Harry Kane. What a season! Okay, I was sick of all the memes about Harry Kane slagging him off. He went over there and banged them 30-odd goals. What a superb player, nice guy as well. Actually, I've actually met him. Nice fella, and I think, yeah, if you had a good manager using those lads to their fullest potential, they could win it, but they won't. Not with Southgate. I think France, but we will be covering it, Stephen. We're going to do some podcasts during the Euros. Can't wait for it. We'll be doing a sort of like next day kind of review thing, Martin. We'll have a proper chat about it and then sprinkle the odd little live in there. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we've
Martin?
got some ideas of it that we'll be sharing with listeners soon. So yeah, get involved.
Send us some ideas, actually,
and
Steve.
Follow, obviously, with subscribe and everything like that, because we will be doing a few competitions and things like that, I think is the idea. So, yeah, just get a bit of interest, and we want to follow our future opposition, see how they get on.
Yep, and of course, better take that off there. Whoops. Yeah, if you want to send us an email, there is pod@lansdowneroar.ie, pod@lansdowneroar.ie. Any ideas, anything you'd like to see, guys? Anything that you think we could do during the Euros, have a bit of crack with it. Let us know, because if you guys are going to be watching it, we're all going to be watching it. Why not do a podcast about it? We're not just going to do just the Ireland team, although it will be our bread and butter. Where was I? Oh yeah, we've got a bit political here, Martin. Knob End Free Palestine from Norman Breslin. I think that's about Robbie Keane. I hope so, anyway. Stephen Ring, going back to Jacob Ryan. He will be playing in the French Cup final this weekend. Has to be the most nail-on starter in the squad. You would think that, Stephen, but there seems to be a bit of snobbery, doesn't there, Martin, when you have players playing in the continent and when it comes to English-based players? they just tend never to get a look in?
Well, like he was in the squad last time. I think he followed the kind of pattern that Stephen Kenny did kind of create with Ireland in the past. John O'Shea with that selection, not playing him and bringing him in and letting him have that experience. You know, he's very inexperienced as well, so he's bringing him in there. And I would expect him to be in there now. You know, it's like Sammy Schmodix as well. He got his opportunity, but been in previous squads. He's had a fantastic season, Schmodix. Let's not go away from that. And it's worth focusing on possibly even, you know, a lot of speculation where he's going to move because he needs to leave Blackburn. Like you can't score that many goals for a team that's struggling. But you know, we want these players to do very well. There's been some really good performances, I think, this year for Irish footballers. But it's kind of overshadowed by all the mess that's going on with Irish football and the management debacle.
Yeah. Although I'm not going to go back to hashtagging the future is bright anymore. I used to get dogs abuse for that. I was like, stop fucking that. I was like, no, I'm going to do it. And then I was like, no, you're right. You are right. It wasn't bright. I got burned from it, literally. Martin, a direct comment to yourself there from YouTube account 444. Yes. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for that. What is that?
Shite.
It's a forest. let me tell you something. First name, bunch of numbers. Yeah, I love that. Irish Jedi, how you doing, Irish Jedi? Again, John O'Shea would get a free pass from the media because he played at such a high level. But does anybody really think someone will succeed with their first job in management at this level? Now, I've said it before. He wouldn't be my first pick if they had gone at the very beginning and said we're going to give it to John O'Shea, and we're going to support him, and we're going to pack top coaches around them, etc., and sort of, you know, that narrative, go down that narrative, or with that narrative against John O'Shea. I wouldn't have been mad about it if Lee Carsley was out of bounds, right, and maybe wanted Anthony Barry or whatever. But then the fact that they said they weren't going to give it to him, they should have given it to him. Once Anthony Barry and, of course, Lee Carsley was out of the running, they should have gone to John O'Shea. There you go. Because it's nailed on. He could get to work. He could make his mistakes. Irish Jedi, he will get a free pass because it's his first job. And he could make those mistakes. He could learn on the job. He's better than Steve Staunton. Because, you know, Steve Staunton was a complete disaster. He looks more clued in than Stephen Kenny was just from the first game against Belgium. You know, the team was more aggressive. Now, he failed to uphold that against Switzerland, but at least it's somebody who then he could get cracking. You know, he could impart his message on the team. He could impart his vision on the team, and we would already be nearly 6 months into a project. And I said we haven't even got started. What do you reckon, Martin? Do you agree with that, or are you?
Yeah, no, I get your points on that. Yeah, it's just been a bit frustrating, and that's just you reminded me of that. Thanks for bringing me back down. It's depressing me.
Hold on, let me cheer you back up again, Martin. Hold on, I want to cheer you back up again. There you go.
Listen, I close my eyes at night. That's the last thing I see.
And first thing you see in the morning. So your wife loves that. She doesn't watch this by any chance, does she? We hope not. Where's the next one? I'm feeling very relaxed actually doing this. So normally I'm all over the place making more mistakes than I am tonight. I'm very kind of feel very chilled out, Mark.
Good.
Yeah. That's just really warm here. It's it's quite warm here, isn't it? London is quite warm. Yeah. Richard Joyce asks, who do you both think will get the Ireland job? Not who you want, but who do you think will get it? Martin, I'll let you go first while I have a little think.
You know, I really don't know. I mean, and this is the kind of depressing thing. I'm quite positive about Irish football. I think they're just going to wait and see what happens end of the season, and managers might be going. And
are you happy, Mark?
Open it all up again. They're just going to open up again. No, they're just going to open up again, aren't they? The candidates, and they're going to go to whoever might be available. And it's interesting actually. I was listening. I listened to Under the Kosh podcast. I remember I recommended it to you.
Yeah, good podcast.
There's a name actually of, like, I think people where Ireland are, you want it to kind of, people will probably jump on me for saying this, but you want it to be fun and relaxed and, you know, enjoy playing for Ireland, not feel too pressurized and have that good environment and stuff. And it's really weird. I'd like to know from the FAI if they ever spoke to Big Sam, because all you hear from a lot of ex-players is they love playing for Big Sam, and he kept things simple and they really wanted to play for him. And it wasn't the most exciting football to watch, but we're not fortunate enough to have the players at the moment to do that. I'd like to know if he is a serious candidate, Big Sam. And another one, I've listened to a podcast recently who's come across very well, Paul Lambert, who used to play for Celtic, former Champions League winner with Dortmund. Really good podcast, listening to him actually on Under the Cosh. But yeah, he's not in management, and he had a very good career for a while. I mean, he was at Villa, wasn't he? He had Roy in with him as a number 2 there. But yeah, I just thought, like, why has he not even been thought about for this? Not that he's in management at the moment, but it's...
I mean, Steve Bruce. Would you be that much against Steve Bruce? Or maybe is it a few years too late for him?
Like, I really, at the start of it, you know, regular listeners would be going, well, you've changed your tune kind of thing, because I was very much against the kind of Big Sam. Not necessarily Big Sam, I was more against Lennon. I didn't want Lennon. I didn't really want Coleman.
Sorry, Bucharest, isn't he? Lennon?
Yeah, but I didn't want that. And I thought we need to go with this pathway. I was very invested in that, thinking that's really important. But in a way now, I am changing my tune. I'm not so sure that is important, because I think it's such a shit show in the background now. That try and sort that out in the background anyway. And in spite of that, let's get a manager who could come in and get results. And that was, for me, Chris Hughton. I would not have a problem with John O'Shea doing it. But Big Sam, I think it would be massively interesting and quite fun following Ireland with Big Sam.
Yeah, I think...
But then I just don't want him being turned to, oh, look, there's West Ham have come knocking because they're in a relegation fight, and shall we now get Big Sam in and he's going to dump Ireland? That's the risk.
You're 71, 72 now. No, I wouldn't want Big Sam. I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean. Look, we're desperate now.
There's not anyone there for, the whole thing of we wanted Carsley because I believe that the process and what they were going to do and this new pathway, and we're going to have a young coach that's going to do that and really look to kind of really embrace what the FAI's plan is, which is a big risk anyway. It's a lot of responsibility on Canham and whoever else devised it, but we've had it all before, and you do need to do so much in Irish football. And I was really invested in that. But now I think if there's not that candidate, who do we go for? And Hughton just doesn't seem to be as attractive. I think it's probably not going to happen there. John O'Shea, no problem with him getting it, because I think I would just brace myself and think, yeah, he's going to get time and let's trust it. And look, we'll have a lot of bumps along the road. Whereas I think for us to just get very safe, results-driven results, right? Playing very
words of wisdom from
no, but just to play organised football. Do you know what I mean? And get grind out results, get a result draws away, like old school, a little bit like Mick. Like I think that's what Big Sam would bring.
Mick 2.0. Not the first.
He would bring that though. He would bring that. Yeah, but I think Mick first time Mick had better players, didn't he? He did
far better.
And that's where we are now.
No, I think right. So what's Big Sam? Jesus, there's a headline for you. No, I think it'll be John O'Shea. I really think it'll be John O'Shea if he manages to get a win and a draw, or maybe 2 wins against Portugal and Hungary. He'll probably give it to John O'Shea, and he'll spin it with such a thing of not that'd be too mad at it, because look at the state of everything at the moment. And I hear Martin what he's saying. You have to give people a chance. We know about the FEI, we know about the history, we know about scandal after scandal after scandal. I won't go through, but we know all of that. But you have to give a new guy comes in, you have to give him a chance, because you can't just say no, you're not. You have to let him breathe. You have to really hang himself, or will he actually deliver? And he has not delivered. So we went from hoping he would deliver and we'd go with such and such and think, oh, well, maybe Lee Carsley or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And now it's realized, oh my God, we've nobody. Then you start to get a bit more desperate. I think it'd be John O'Shea. And the reason why I think they'll spin it with a case of, well, we didn't want to give it to him, but I tell you what, he's impressed even me, and he'll spin it that way, and you go, really, John, I'm shocked. I am shocked. I'm shocked at how much he's grown into that job. I'm shocked how much he's improved. Blah blah blah. Let's give it to John O'Shea and see what happens. I think that's what's going to happen. Not saying that's what I want to happen. Wouldn't be too mad about it but yeah, that's what I think will happen, Martin. I think John O'Shea will get it. So there you go. Martin wants Big Sam. I want John. Shane Martin, how you doing, Shane? Doing a great job, lads, by the way. Thank you very much, Shane. Very much appreciated. Sorry we haven't been around for a while. We are back full time now. We are back into this. We got the Euros coming up. We also have squad announced next Tuesday. We're going to be live on that. Live. We're going to be over in Portugal. We're going to be over in Dublin. So we're going to be coming at you. Sorry, what was your question? Sagnol favorite with the bookies now. Yeah, I mean, we'll be watching Georgia and see what's going on there. I mean, I wouldn't pay any attention to anything that's going on with the Irish manager's situation. Pam Lawler, how you doing, Pam? Again, not sure why I should be mad at Keane managing an Israeli club in a nation that was attacked. Oh, Jesus, here we go. I wish I know what you're saying, Pam, but we're going to get absolutely attacked here now. I wish I could unsee some of those videos terrorists took. Reap, so Hamas is evil. We've got a
disclaimer here. Now we're obviously reading out comments and views.
We're reading out comments, and
we have read them from different. Everyone's going to have different opinions on these things.
We listen. We've read out pro-Palestine comments, so we're reading that one out as well, just in case.
And pro-Klopp. We went pro-Klopp as well.
Pro-Klopp as well. Yeah. So, yeah, we are Irish football's most interactive podcast, and we'll read out what you say. You're Nurick. People,
we don't
please. Sorry.
We don't have a producer. That's just to be clear to everybody.
We don't have a producer. It's me. I am the producer. That's why I get so much wrong. I literally sit here. It's worse when I'm in the stadium when I've got like people, I don't know, when they come past, I'm like, are you going to take a swing at me? Bang. You see me live, just boom. Yes, and groundskeeper kicks me out, and I've got music playing and all that kind of stuff, especially when I'm in a foreign country.
And you got me arriving there unannounced.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's have a picture, Dave. Nobody will see that, and it comes up on the big screen.
That was fucking brilliant. I kept doing it as well.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
I just kept sending it. So it kept coming through.
And then, and then you mentioned that, and then I almost got kicked out by security. I was like, "What?" That was the maddest 15 minutes ever. Sorry, Nurick. Please let it not be England win Euro 2024. Why? You live here-ish. If that were to happen, the streets of London will be overflowing with beer, cans, and urine. Bit like Croydon, really. I could say that. I worked in Croydon. Irish Jedi, do you think Troy Parrott will make another Premier League appearance in his career? I think so too. He's done well. What was it, 14 goals he got at Excelsior?
Yeah, I think it's he's a young lad, isn't he? You got to remember some of these players, what they're doing. I think, for everyone who talks, I would urge everyone to kind of look at the career that Harry Kane had and how esteemed he is now in international football and club football worldwide. And look at where he went on loan and stuff, and where he learned his trade and stuff. It wasn't fantastic loan deals all the time. And some of these Irish players, got to remember, they're very, very young, and they've gone off and scored. And if you can score in the top level, you just have to kind of have that kind of sliding doors moment where it all clicks, and it might just drop eventually. But I'm not saying that about Parrott. I think he's done fantastically well, and gone over there for a change of scenery. He's going to learn an awful lot. A great relation for when Robbie Keane did that. He learned an awful lot from that 1 year in Inter Milan. So I think, you're just getting a better footballing education. And
he's 22.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him come back in the Premier League with a team. Because
he's 22.
He's proven it. Not when I say people will shout me down now, go, he's proven. What do you mean? But he can play at that level. He definitely can.
He's 22. Would one of the promoted clubs take a punt on Benny? I think so.
Yeah, I think I'd love to see him go to Leicester.
Yeah. I think he's a lot to offer. He didn't look out of sorts in the Premier League actually at all. I think he's a Premier League player. Not say he's going to tear it up now, but he's a good Premier League player. So I think they should. Yeah, Leicester or Ipswich probably take him, will they?
Yeah, and or even Southampton. Hopefully they come up.
Yeah. Joe 1 2 3 4 5 2. What's preferable? Only getting Sagnol on the eve of that first competitive fixture, or having your choice of the other overwhelming options like Lennon, O'Shea, etc. in place from Feb? That's a tough one. I don't know. I'm inclined to think O'Shea because I like to give everyone a chance, and I think to get his teeth into the role. I mean, if Sagnol does get it, his first game is England at home, and England could be European champions. I don't know. I think maybe O'Shea. What would you say, Martin?
Yeah, look, we want someone there, but before September, but that's it. We know that's not going to happen. I think at the end of the Euros, we'll get a manager announced. They'll say September, but they'll announce it 6 weeks before. If he's got any sense, Canham, he should be getting that sorted. Like okay, say September, but contractually, they're all out of contract by the end of the Euros. Only their managers if they've left. Most international managers going to Euros, that's where it ends. Most club managers now are finishing, obviously their contract year is the end of the month, like players. So
there you go. Not sure what you're trying to say there, but there you go.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like so wait till the end of the Euros,
and
then appoint someone. So it's not really, it's not ideal. In answer to the question, I don't think it will be announced on the eve of the fixture. Like it will be the end of June. July.
I don't know anymore. Can we have Suddy and Sweep in charge? I thought Suddy had sort him out. I love Suddy. Actually, he was. I was watching old reruns of Have I Got News for You. It's really funny. The older episodes.
Yeah.
And Suddy
presented it.
Did he present it?
Yeah. Did he not?
I don't know. I was watching one with Brian Blessed. There's one with Brian Blessed, not the one where he has to go with Jerry Adams. There's one from about 10 years ago. I was watching it on the tube. Hilarious. I'd love to go to night out with Brian Blessed, mad bastard. But yeah, no, do you know Suddy is inducted into the Magic Circle?
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, there you go. He's the only non-living fucking hand puppet in the anyway. Nathan Fitzpatrick, UEFA Champions League, Adelaide next season. We will be there. I don't know. He's only on loan, isn't he? There was no option to buy at the end of it.
Oh, did he not buy? Did he sell? They brought him.
Did he buy him?
Yeah, I thought they did. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I thought it was. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I've done it again, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've put my got my finger on the pulse.
Wasn't it so? It wasn't
on loan. Ha.
Oh, was it?
Yours,
Okay.
man. On loan. Told you. Don't you dare.
Okay, maybe.
Don't you dare. Have a go with me, son. Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's the club to keep him? Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, yeah. I think Celtic should sign him. I think it was a perfect mix. So yeah, he might not actually be in the Champions League next season. Joe, again, are any club managers like Brendan Rodgers or Kieran McKenna who could be persuaded to just phone in via Zoom like a Knicks resource? John Eustace even. I thought for a second there, like, because Eamon Dunphy actually talked about that, didn't he? Why haven't you given Kieran McKenna? Like, yeah, Kieran McKenna, Ireland job or Premier League or even Championship. Like, let's be honest. Yet again, Sutty. I'm telling you now, Sutty and Sweep and Sue. They do a fantastic job. She could give a great Sweep. Could give a great team talk. I've lost it. I've kind of completely lost the everything. Graham Farrell, how you doing, Graham? Fucking sick. The Saints lost tonight. He has a massive job on there. He's going to turn us around. It's like 10 Hag at United. Jesus, no, don't. That's a bit unfair, Kenny. Yeah, I was watching. It wasn't great. You can see what they're trying to do, Graham. I was watching it here in the flat, but give it time. Give it time. And lovely message here from Graham Farrell as well. Also glad to see you are back on. Thank you, Graham. We're getting lots of well wishes actually about coming back on. Yes, we are back, folks. We're going to be back full time. We took a hiatus for 2 weeks or so, but we are back. We're going to have loads of content coming at you. We're going to be live next Tuesday for the squad announcement, and we're going to have podcasts all through the week and through the Euros as well. We're going to have podcasts. We're going to have lives. We're going to have all sorts of stuff. Can't wait for it. You're going to be sick of it. Stephen Ring, I love John O'Shea. I'd love to see him go become a club manager. I mean, incredibly successful and come back to the Ireland job. At the minute, the FAI need a manager that'll be quick, bring quick success. Lansdowne Road is getting more and more empty as games go by, although England will be a sellout. Fair enough. The FAI can't afford for numbers to get even worse from a financial point of view. That's true. Nick's always talked about it, hasn't he? He says that we need somebody who's experienced, maybe somebody like a Chris Hughton or a Big Sam Martin. Maybe the time for the project is over. Maybe they do need somebody, and quick. Somebody who's just like, maybe, I don't know, Mick McCarthy, the 3.0, the trilogy. They need somebody. He is right. I mean, and whoever came up with the idea of the ticketing situation for the last two games really absolutely needs sorting out there as well. Jimmy Shell, hi guys, great to see you back on there. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Just in a different topic, who do you think will win this week's Europa League final in Dublin? And do you know, did any tickets go on any general sale for it? I think we Bayern Leverkusen, and hope it is, because fuck Atalanta. Well, Martin, you are our tickets expert. Did you snap up any general sale tickets, Martin, to put into your big suitcase?
No, I didn't, and they were all managed by UEFA. And UEFA do a kind of resale, but I wouldn't think they would have gone back on resale. They kind of do a ballot thing that you can do. So no, I mean, they were very popular, weren't they, at one stage in the applications when they thought Liverpool and Celtic were going to be there, and didn't work out like that. And so no, I've not heard of anything. I know a few people are putting it out there. I've seen on social media asking for tickets and things. I suppose it'd be a good thing to go to. I mean, I don't think it even sold out when it was held before in the Aviva. Was it 2010?
It's Porto and
the two Portuguese sides.
Porto, what? Benfica, was it?
Lisbon, maybe, I don't know.
Okay. Portuguese football, who cares? Fitzpatrick, David Moyes, Ireland manager. Cross-channel football is going to do well, Martin. David Moyes, Ireland manager. No. I'd take him. I think he'd be great. Kevin Kilban was talking about getting him in. I mean, give him look, Mark Lawrence said give him a phone call. See what, see by how many millions we're out. And yeah, he's going to be at Euro 2024 with TalkSport as well on the punditry team. So I don't know, but I will take him. Gray Farrell again. He's a decent player, Parrott, but he'll find his level somewhere. He brought by Ipswich. I think he'd suit them. Like Benny as well was a decent buy for Luton. He worked his balls off of them. That's a decent shout, isn't it? Maybe. Yeah. Tottenham. I mean, he doesn't fancy him either, does he? Ange Postecoglou. This club, fragile, mate. Really fragile. There's something I got to do about it. Yeah, bring back Troy Parrott. That'll sort you out. King Greeley. Why not Paddy McCarthy? He is at a more developed stage in his career.
Yeah, get the point on that, but it's a name, it's a profile, John O'Shea.
Dan O'Shea.
Yeah, that's what it is, Kean, in my view. John O'Shea's got a profile. He's got very positively received, wasn't it? No one was knocking the fact that he was interim recently, but there's no pressure on him at the moment. But he's just a safe pair of hands and a very well respected Champions League winner. So before I get that,
Jesus Christ! And just in case, folks, that you weren't aware, here we go again. There's Martin there with his hand on John's arse. Just thought that.
I love that jacket that John O'Shea was wearing.
I tell you what, yes, and you still can't buy it. You still can't buy this. It's disgraceful.
Did you see? We must mention this. Did you see Villa?
Yeah,
Villa got rid of Castore and have Adidas in there as well, and they've also got a new badge. But
can we do it?
No, we can't do it because we're run by fucking idiots, and that's it. These deals have been done, and shit. Ultimately,
yeah, absolutely. Actually, speaking of shit, Stephen Ring. Is the Brian Blessed episode of Have I Got News for You the one where he tells the story about going up Everest? Yes. Did you hear that one, Martin?
No.
He goes up.
I will have to watch it.
Oh, it's brilliant. I'll send you the link, actually. There's like a highlight package. But yeah, it's a brilliant story. I was watching it on the tube and I burst out laughing. I mean, I was laughing through the whole thing. And essentially, he was up with this guy and he goes, right, I need to take a shit. So What?
You've got to send me the link for it. Now you're telling me the story.
I'm telling our fans. I'm telling the Raw Raw faithful. Well, it's just one of the stories anyway. Goes out over there to take a shit. And, it's like freezing cold. So they get back into the tent and it's like, oh, let's have a brew. Let's have a tent. I was like, not to smell of shit in here. What is that? He turned around and the guy he has a turd on his shoulder. Basically, what happened was he went to take a shit and the wind had sent it flying up and it landed on his shoulder.
Lovely. Jesus, that's what the kind of stuff you get on our established show.
I know that is brilliant. I'll send you the link, but like, trust me, it's highlights of the episode, but it's about 90% of the episode because it's so funny. He's so good. Anyway, Irish Football blog. It was a loan. That's Adamaida. See, Martin, good man. Bill always liked you. Mick J. Conroy. It's great to see you back on, lads. Mick, it is great to be back. We are back full time. So yeah, we will have Raw. We'll have Roar on sporadically live throughout the week or whenever, and we will be back all week. We're going to have episodes coming at you. Jimmy Shell, Braga was the other team in 2011. There we go. Because I think Benfica, they haven't won anything in ages. Like, they're in serious trouble, unless it was Benfica. I don't know. It's Portuguese football. And Joe is going to see us out. Pardon me with the last comment. Joe 123452. Regards, Parrott. Drogba didn't explode till his mid-20s. Kane bounced around lower league loans till 22-ish. Ian Wright and Les Ferdinand played non-league into their 20s. Give him time. Try for Prez. Good man, Joe. That's very, very true. Joe, thank you for that. Thank you to our Raw faithful. It's lovely. And I genuinely mean it. Absolutely lovely to be back. It really is. Sorry we were away for a couple of weeks. Real life and all that jazz. We will be live next week. We have had it confirmed today. The squad announcement will be next Tuesday, or we've been told it was next Tuesday anyway. And we will be live for that. We also have the games coming up. I will be in Portugal. Martin, are you going to be in Portugal?
No.
Martin won't be in Portugal. I'm going to be in Dublin. Martin, will you be in Dublin?
No.
Martin won't be in Dublin. Martin will be sitting in.
At the moment, I'm not in Dublin. I'm in Dublin.
No, you're in London, Martin.
I am in Dublin a few days before. So, yeah, it's very unlikely I'll be back.
He's gone over for a free meal, but he won't go over with a free
It's not a free meal. I'm going over there to
just wind you up.
Do some PR activity in a very big year for West London. 40th anniversary of the club, so I thought I'd get that in there. And we have a number of events, so I need to kind of have some meetings to coerce. Is that the right word? Some people to come to the dinner.
You sound like Martin O'Neill and Declan
If
Rice.
you would like to go to the dinner, more than welcome. There will be details about that. Actually, it's in Camden, London Irish Centre, Camden.
Yeah.
Be a good night. Lots of things planned, and some other events planned as well with West London to celebrate 40th anniversary.
But Jimmy says John won't be very happy with you, Martin, if you do that. But anyway, so there you go. We'll have more details to that anyway. We've gone at the 40th dinner, and we got loads of things coming up. But we are back, folks. We are back. We will be live next Tuesday, and we will be back through the international window and for the Euros. I cannot wait for it. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Thank you to the Roar faithful. You are a beautiful crowd. As always, guys, if you like what you hear, love what you see, hit that subscribe button. Scan that QR code. Head over to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and our Twitter. And if you want opinion, head over to lansdowneroar.ie. That is lansdowneroar.ie. We are trying to grow the YouTube channel. So if you wouldn't mind hitting a subscribe and also telling other people to hit a subscribe, just
take their phones. Take their phones and fucking subscribe them.
Fucking subscribe it, yeah. Tell them to subscribe it. Hand them your phone while you hold their phone over a bridge. No?
Yeah.
That won't work. Anyway, just get them to subscribe it. Right, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much. I'm David Dunn. He is Martin Prendergast. This has been Lansdowne Roar Live. You are all wonderful people. And actually, for once, I have the outro lined up. So, good night.